Let's start solving day 7 of Advent of Code. Today we'll be repairing bridges. So we're taking to a rope bridge over a river in the middle of the jungle, and there are some engineers trying to repair it. And we need to calibrate the bridge, and there are some elephants that are playing nearby. Install all the operators from the calibration equations. And our goal will be given some input. So we're getting calibration equations as an input. So this is the input. And each line represents one equation. And we need to determine whether the remaining numbers on each line can be combined with operators to produce the test value, which is the first one. So it's evaluated from the left to right, not according to precedence rules. There are two types of operators, add and multiply, and we need to find a way to kind of combine them. So the first one can be combined using multiply. Yes, so multiply, then we have this one with two positions for operators. And we can find two ways to combine those to get the expected result. So the total calibration result is the sum of the test values from just the equations that can be possibly true. Okay. Right, so we just basically add up these numbers and don't actually care about how many ways we can combine them to get the result, right? So it's we just need to find any possible way to get the result. Okay, so this seems reasonably. This seems quite reasonable because we have two options for each operator, and we can try just all the options until we hit one that works, that fits. And it seems the equations aren't that long. The problem is the numbers are quite long, so this could be something that we have to take care of. But let's see. Is this... Well, we can start with u-longs, and if it doesn't fit, we can just use big integers. I'm not sure what's the max value of u-long right now, but we'll adjust. That's not going to be a big deal. So for now, let's take the puzzle in. Well, take the sample input. Let's try to solve this. So while we get a line from the input, we can solve. Oh, so we can split it already. So parts line split, and the divider will be a colon, and then we will have the numbers separately. So parts are expected to be this number, parse, and we will have also the equation exactly. So the equation will be splitting the number by spaces, and we will skip string split options, remove empty entries, so we don't have the spaces there. Then we can go and do our numbers equation split. So yeah, basically parse them out. well, basically you can just parse them immediately. So we can have the numbers, expected result, and now we will use ulong actually, just to make sure we don't overflow, and we'll see if it works. So we'll have expected numbers, and we'll try to solve it, and if it works, then we add to some total. So ulong total 0 initially, and we will be adding total plus equals expected. That's that, and then we will have return total string, and then we can go and implement this method. So private bool can solve. I'll just take this, and now we will be trying to solve this recursively. I think that seems to me fine in this case. So I will be doing solve, and so current sum, current result, and current index. And we'll try both operators each time. So long expected, long numbers. So now we have both, we have two options always. So initially we'll have initially 0 as the current result. We have, well, initially we have the first number always. So it's going to be a solve number 0. Expect, yeah, so we have the first number, initially, okay, well, basically like this, something like this, and now we will have to do something like next, like we are on a specific index, currently on 0, and the next number we can multiply or add up. So if solve current in so if current result is greater than expected, then we can already false out, because if, well, there could be a 0, right? There could be a 0 involved in those numbers, so that could mean that we can still continue, essentially. So maybe it's worth continuing, even if we are greater than the expected number, because we could hit a 0 and multiply by it, which would give us 0, and then we could continue still. So see, is there a 0? I don't immediately see a 0. So 0 with the space around it. No, there is no like 0 immediately. Like a separate, no 0 as a self-standing number. So it could be pretty safe. No, so there's no 0 in the input. So if we overflow the expected result, we can already say that it cannot be solved this way. So that's going to prune a lot of branches. Then we can try both. solving with plus. So also if current index is equal to numbers length minus 1, so we have no more to go, and so when we're at the end of the line, we can return current result equals expected. So we reach the end of the equation, and if we do have the correct result, then we just return. And finally, if we are not there yet, so we can add up the next number, or we can multiply the next number. And if neither works, then we just return false because we couldn't solve it from this branch. So this could be a recursive solution to the problem. So hopefully this will work, but let's see what happens. So I will put a break. Well, let's try to run it against the sample input first. So against the test data, we have 3,749, which seems okay. So now let's try to run it against the big input, and we'll see if it works out or not. So this is the result, quite a big number. And it is correct. Okay, so that's good. That's good. So that was the first part of the problem. So let's continue to the part 2. Okay, just take the input there. So far the same solution, right? So part 2, we have a concatenation operator that combines the digits from the left and right inputs to a single number. So this would become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And operators are still evaluated from left to right. So this can now be solved by using the concatenation operator. So we have now 3 operators, which increases the number of branches of our recursion, but overall it should be still reasonably small recursion. So I guess we can just try to adjust this to use that concatenation as well. So we are plusing, multiplying, or we are also we can do just in parse current result to string, just concatenate those strings and parse it again back to ulong. So we could do just numbers current index plus 1 to string, current index plus 1 expected numbers. So like this. So that's the third option that we have. And what is it complaining about? 5 arguments. Oh, right. I forgot to do this. And we just add up. Right. So that's basically it. Well, let's try on the test data. Total calibration results. We still are just interested in the result, and that seems okay. So let's try it against the big input. So this is the number, and that is correct. Okay, so we have successfully solved the 7th day of Advent of Code. It wasn't too complicated, and we can look forward to tomorrow, which is gonna be day 8. And also, I will be making also the video on ChatGPT trying to solve this problem. It seems like it could be doable for ChatGPT, but we'll see. It sometimes surprises us, so let's see if it is able to solve it. And I will see you in the next video.